since, I've done deal after deal after deal. And then overall, since I've done that, I've generated this absolute life of balance. Now, there's on many of these pictures, there's only me because my wife took the picture, and it even enables me to go see Tigger. Right? Now, my wife and my daughter are absolute Disney fans, and so they even forced me to wear this one here. No, I wear it. It's fun. But here, for example, my little one is not even 3 years old, and she has already been to Disneyland and Disney World. And probably next week we're going to spend the week in San Diego. We might drive up and go to Disney yet again, just because they like to do it. So why not? So it also has enabled me to move from literally being in 2 suitcases, living in a 400 square foot college student kind of apartment, then into a little bigger apartment, and now into this beautiful 4,200 square foot semi-custom home in Phoenix, Arizona. It is all custom interior design. We hired kind of the best interior designer of the city to have this all designed for us. And my favorite place is right here with the bars. It's like a full bar with all the drinks and things there, and it's well, after all, I'm German, right? So and outside here is a whirlpool and pool, and it's absolutely wonderful. And we thank God every day that we wake up to have put this land business in our path. Now, however, so basically, I think I really truly believe I created the American dream. The American dream is well and alive in this country. Anyone that doubts it, I'm really the living example of being the American dream, because it does exist. I mean, I literally came in 1997 over here and started this in 2003, the end of 2002, and by the middle of 2004, I was officially a millionaire. Now, I don't know, but so I created my American dream. Now I know not everyone has that American dream yet, and I think, especially in the real estate area, there are several reasons why investors don't succeed. For example, many investors don't know where to start. They don't know where to start. There's so much information out there. It's a little information or a combination of both. For some it's little, for some it's a lot. But for me, what it was, when I freaked out, what the reason was, there was a bunch of information there, but there was nobody there that would kind of guide me by the hand and just show me how to do this in a step-by-step kind of way. And if I would have had that, I would have been able to succeed much earlier and be perhaps even more successful than what I was right now. Because figuring out the system that I'm sharing with you today took me 3 years. It took me 3 years. When this situation happened in the company, it was in the year 2000. The entire year 2000, 2001, 2003, it took me to figure out what I'm sharing with you here. And it's a very simple system, but it took a while to figure out how to make it simple, right? So a lot of people don't know where to start, and I've only had a system like that. Now, obviously, today I am going to share with you a system which is the land profit generator, and that's why I brought it with you. Now, and you'll have the opportunity at the end, obviously, to also get a copy of it. Now, so another reason is that investors don't succeed is they get caught up, for example, in rehabs. Anyone does rehabs? Rehab can draw out sometimes, right? Now, you got to know what you're doing. Now, I'm nothing against rehabs. They can be top profit makers, but it's fairly involved, and it takes a while, and if you don't know what you're doing, you run over budget, and you run over time, and it can turn into kind of a second job, right? And let me ask you, who wants a second job? Nobody wants a second job. We all have enough with one job, right? So, number 3, deals can take too long. It's the same kind of situation. Sometimes they turn into months, half a year, 3/4 of a year. Let me ask you, who would like to make money now? Oh, yeah. Right? The fastest one of my students have made money in this deal is 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, total turnaround check in his pocket. So, would that be a good thing?
Be great.
All right. Okay. So, and many investors don't have the money. Yes, there's a lot of systems out there that teach you how to do deals with no money down and so on. But the regular investor that doesn't know a whole lot still is going to want to do it with somewhat of their own money, and that's a big hurdle because it's a big step to put in your life savings into something that you don't know yet understand a whole lot. At least it was for me, and that's another reason I backed out of that deal, because if I would have not found the buyer, I would have had to buy it myself. My entire life savings would have gone in there, which wasn't that much by that time. It was just a few $1,000s, but a few $100,000, whatever it is, it's your life savings, it's serious money, right? No matter how many zeros are there. So, and another reason is that many people don't take action. And let me ask you, anyone here would like to take action? I have a few of these here. Anyone wants one?
Sure.
All right, come up front. Come up and grab some. This is a CD that I brought. It's a program that I have CD of the month. This just shows how some of the.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. Well, good. So we got a bunch of action takers here. That's great. So the main question in the room here is why land, right? I mean, how many people have been told not to go after land? Right? Pretty much everyone. Because why not? Because land doesn't cash flow. Wrong. Land doesn't, they say land doesn't cash flow. Land is expensive. Land, you have to hold it for many years. Land is only for the rich. Land is complicated. You have to build on it and things like that. All this kind of reasons. And you know what? They're true for the $1 million downtown LA properties. But we're not talking about the $1 million downtown LA or downtown New York City properties. We're talking about the $5,000 to $80,000 properties that are in the outskirts of bigger cities, or in smaller towns, or in a little bit more rural areas, where there's lots of space, where the prices are affordable, they're attractive, and yet there's an abundance of properties there that you can pick up. Is that, and on those, you can actually, they're not expensive, you can flip them very fast, you can actually make them cash flow, and, but more than anything, there is one reason why I love land, and we discussed that a little bit before. There's the three T's. There's no tenants, no toilets, or no termites.
Yes. Gotta love that.
No 3 T's. Like, if you buy land, for example, this system works for houses too, by the way. I have students that buy $30,000 houses for $30,000 to $5,000 and then turn them around and sell them for $20,000 again. That stuff works for houses too, but the reason I dealt with in land is because I wanted to do this in volume. I wanted to do this in bigger volume. And the bigger volume would mean, if I would have to deal with houses, that means I would have to deal with house inspections, mold inspections, termite inspections, foundation inspections, all this kind of stuff. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do more volume. And when you do land, what you have to inspect is just a bunch of dirt, right? You don't have to look at anything. So they can't steal or destroy land. And as I said, there's no tenants, no toilets, and yes, there's termites, but they live there. It's their natural territory. That's where they are. And you can't steal destroy land. I always say that I invite anyone to come with a bucket or with a wheelbarrow and just load it full of my land. And guess what? There's more land underneath. You can't take it away, right? You can't take it away to steal or destroy it. And it does cash flow. I'll show you later on a way that you can structure the deal such that you will receive cash from the land for years and years to come. Plus, there's minimal competition because of what I just said. Everyone is being told not to invest in land. So therefore, let them all think that. That's good. As long as they all think that, we can all focus. The land market is left over wide open for you guys and for me, right? Plus, there's minimal upkeep and maintenance. For example, I currently own anywhere between, I own around 153. That's
David, you are ready, please.
153 properties, pieces of land that I have no intention of selling. These are properties that, so one of them I bought for $1,850, it's worth about $80,000. Another one I bought for $5,000, it's worth $150,000. Another one I bought for $90,000, it's worth $500,000. Another one I bought for $500, it's worth $10,000. Another one I bought for $5,000, it's worth $80,000. Those kind of deals are the deals that when you do these deals along the way, they come along and it's like, no, I'm not selling this one. And they go into your back pocket as your additional retirement insurance and as a legacy for your children, as something that you can pass on so that you don't just build wealth for a month or two or cash for a month or two, but you build real wealth that lasts forever. But the thing here is, of 153 of these properties, how much effort do they take me per year to maintain? Exactly zero. Exactly zero, because there's nothing to do. There's only one of them, or that I, once a year, or a couple of them, they're right in the middle of the city, that I once a year have to make sure that the grass is mowed, otherwise I get a citation from the city or something. But other than that, there's nothing. And I know when it rains, I gotta send the landscape route. That's about it, right? So other than that, there's no maintenance and keep on maintenance. Anyone has rental properties?
Yes.
Do you have more than zero effort maintaining this?
A lot of effort.
A little bit more, right? So currently there's deals like never seen before. There's not only the $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000 deals, right?